Thank you everyone for coming. The trip is coming extremely fast. It's been a year in planning. But before we get started, Rachel, will you pray for us?
Heavenly Father, thank you for this time that we're able to gather together in anticipation for gathering with other youth from across the nation. And I just ask for safety, for the ability to maybe break down some of our comfort boxes and being willing to stretch ourselves over the time that we are on this trip. I pray for bonding with this internal group as we move forward in getting ready and packing and just traveling together. But most importantly, I just pray that your character and your love and your grace become so evident to this group of youth that they come back with this undeniably firm faith in who you are and the plans that you have for their life, Lord. Let's pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Well, thank you for coming, everybody. Beginning. I'm going to go through, so when we did our core team training a few weeks ago, some of the leaders basically did NYC training all day long. So I'm going to go over a lot of the things that they talked about. It sort of matches up with the packet, not always, so you can find it there. You can just take notes on the front page. And we'll hit a bunch of standard things, and there's some unique things about this trip. One unique thing is that everybody needs to have 2 apps on their phone. There is an NYC app, and then there's the Band app.
Band,
yes. I believe the last page...
We use it for work.
Perfect. I believe the last page of your packet has information about the Band app and the NYC app. The NYC app, they will do all sorts of different things as part of the program, whether it's winning prizes or different things like that. The Band app is what our group is getting used to communicate or alert or let people know that we're meeting up certain places. So we all need to have both apps. Again, I'll just go through an order. It's going to be kind of jumbled in your packet. We're going to go up the day before, since our flight is so early in Portland, and I'm not necessarily worried about, I just don't want to have a 3-hour drive with a flight from Portland to catch. So we're going to leave Sunday night at 1:30. When the middle schoolers leave, we'll all be together and pray and leave in different directions. And then I just got confirmed on my phone that we can stay at my parents' resort that night at the Oasis. So you'll have a bedroom to sleep.
Yes.
The skis are going to drive us up there. And
Bless you.
And I will have dinner covered, and we'll probably do the Starbucks thing the next morning on our way to the airport, which will be at 8:30. On the flight, you are allowed 2 bags, a check-in bag, which needs to be under 50 pounds. And if you have not flown before, you can check all the regulations. They're basically the same for every airline. And I believe we're flying Southwest, so if you want to get more specific. And you can have a personal bag that fits under the seat. So normally when you fly, you get 3 bags, the personal bag under your seat, the check-in bag, and the carry-on bag above your head. They don't want us to take a carry-on bag above our head. So whatever your second piece of luggage is should be like a backpack, a purse, fanny pack, satchel. I can keep going.
A satchel.
A satchel. Yeah.
Put a fanny pack inside the backpack.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
You just use.
Is this a 3rd bag I see?
No. Oh no.
when we are in the airport, we are flying with 169 people, I believe. Our group will be the smallest flight group of the three. In fact, you can see we're flight group B right here with these three churches. But the leaders people are gonna be real stressed and, just kind of locked in getting all these teenagers on the flights. And so your guys' part is to have your luggage organized, we'll be there on time, just to be listening, staying close to the group. In an airport, there is never, ever, ever a time when you should go off without telling a leader. That's just not a thing when groups of youth are flying. So if you need to go to the bathroom, you need to tell a leader. Because we're just running from gate to gate, and all of a sudden if we're missing you and we don't know where you're at, it can be a big problem. So while we're in airports and layovers, you're always with the group, and if you're doing anything, even really quickly, you're telling us. So our flight is here. So our connecting flight is to Denver. We got a little over an hour, which is plenty of time for a layover. And then we'll go from Denver to Tampa. We'll be in Tampa at 10 o'clock, 9:45. So it'll be a full day of flying.
Yeah.
Nice.
We're going to Florida.
Really?
I don't know what you know about Florida,
It's humid.
but it is hot
Yes.
and it is summer. I was just talking to my friend who lives there. Actually, I was talking to our DS about it too, because he's from Florida. It is very hot. So we're gonna talk a minute about how to handle this. And one of the things that you can do before we even leave is just to up your water intake 2 days before, to start drinking more water, get more hydrated, even to prepare for the trip. When you're in Florida, there is a list, where is it? Signs of heat exhaustion, how to prepare for the heat. Mostly what we're doing is staying in buildings, and then we will move from building to building, but that's pretty much all the time you spend outside, unless it's a special event like a water park or something like that. But we need to pay attention to this, because in Bend, it's not a big deal. You really have to go all out and not take care of yourself to get in trouble in Bend. It's not that way in Florida. And so things like sunscreen, having a hat with a brim if you like, drinking lots of water, paying attention to, if you start getting a headache, if you have any of these symptoms, you feel sick, muscle cramps, it happens and it can come on fast. And if you really don't pay attention to it, it can actually be dangerous. If you just a little bit don't pay attention to it, it can make your trip miserable for a couple of days. So take this very seriously, plan accordingly, wear light clothing, all things on this. Any questions about that aspect? Florida. You're going to Florida. Yes. Let's see here. Oh, the other thing so as we go over the schedule, especially the second half, but really the whole trip, I don't know that I've ever been to a youth event that packed things in like NYC does. Maybe a really intense mission trip, but they have stuff going on every moment of every day. And when the conference starts, they're going to do late night concerts, which go till 11:30 or midnight. So when we see Lecrae or King Country or stuff like that, that's all going to be late night, which means our days go from 8 a.m. to midnight each day of the conference. Help me.
Coffee.
And so
Had a lot of nice
Josh will eat you after session.
I know exactly. There's the nap area. So what that means is between that and the heat is you just need to pace yourself a little bit. When you're at, I think we're going to 2 or 3 water parks. So when we're at water parks, we're doing slides, we're swimming, we're having fun, but take a little time to hang out on the beach at a water park midway through the day, or take a little time to lazy river, yeah. Like, just be paying attention that it's a long week and we need to pace ourselves and take care of ourselves.
You should just open your mouth and.
Yes. So otherwise, we're gonna get exhausted fast. So trust me, you will have plenty to do. So you can go over the schedule. First couple of days we have, where's my list here? We have a water park. We're gonna be doing a 4th of July event in Tampa. It's like a big city park thing where they have fireworks and food carts and all sorts of stuff going on. And so if you have room in your luggage for a little blanket or something to sit on the lawn for that. Speaking of luggage, you do get lots of shirts. And so keep extra space in your luggage for shirts. And one of the traditions of NYC is that groups from all over the world will trade shirts. Now, one thing that they do not want you to do is sell shirts, because last time there was kind of a black market that emerged. And I kid you not, I saw these kids like laying out shirts, like a little thing in Jamaica where they're selling stuff and like put prices on and things like that. No selling shirts, but there's lots of trading shirts, and it's really fun. So
When will they get those NYC shirts?
last time we got them throughout the event, so we would get we got,
Welcome.
so yeah, it was like a welcome shirt and
Is
an
there-
airplane shirt and a hotel shirt.
Is there a Orpac shirt?
Mhm.
Okay.
All of them are Orpac shirts.
Oh, all of them are.
They're just different. So they do like a water park shirt. I'm sure NNU will give us a shirt, but I'm almost positive we had 5 shirts last time. So yeah.
Don't even have to pack shirts now, huh?
Exactly.
Just don't pack any shirts, just wear the one you're wearing
Yeah.
at airplane.
I mean, maybe one of the.
Then you can just trade the dirty ones for clean ones. Flip them inside out.
Yeah.
Josh, so I'm assuming since they're leaving Sunday, but Sunday night, all their linens and stuff are provided. They don't need to bring.
I am working that out. I think
Okay.
we might need a few people to bring
Okay.
sleeping bags and pads.
But then they can just be left there. And
Yeah. Yeah, we would probably just leave them in the van with the skeins, and then I think Paul and someone else is going to pick everybody up at the end, and so they'll just have them in the van.
Okay.
So, Tuesday, day 2 is, and at a lot of these bars, as I mentioned, there's food carts or ice cream or things like that, and so they're suggesting bringing somewhere around $200 for snacks and souvenirs and things like that. If you can do that, great. If that's going to be a problem, then we might be able to help you out with some garage sale funds or things like that. But I think in terms of that, 'cause a lot of the places that we're going, there's stuff to buy, stuff to eat, things like that. You don't, okay, let's continue on to the schedule. So day 3 we're doing another water park.
Sweet.
And then this is like that's what you do in Florida. And that's gonna be the Metro Lagoon. And day 4 is when we start the conference. And the conference, they basically have either 2 stadiums, or they'll have a stadium and like a massive convention area. And they have hundreds of like booths and activities and games, and so we'll have time in the stadium doing the speakers and the conferences and the worship, and then we'll have time multiple times to walk through the booths, to to experience all the Nazarene schools and mission opportunities and tons of different stuff. Usually they have games and things like that. They will have an outreach project where we'll go pass, I think we're passing out hygiene stuff, maybe something like that. Yeah. And at the end of the event, when we're so exhausted we want to sleep on the floor, they're going to have a quiet meditation.
Really? That sounds like a terrible trip.
Everyone's gonna fall asleep.
It's really hard not to fall asleep, but it is a super cool event. They really do it up, and you go through these different rooms or different readings or worship type stuff. It's kind of like the Stations of the Cross that we've done in the past, but like on steroids. So yeah, but it's a great time to like reflect on everything we've experienced during the week.
100,000 teenagers.
Yep.
Did we get
Together
orange
now.
robes? Josh, we got orange robes during that time.
That's like the most scandalous movie
Connected guy.
We are
meditation sessions.
staying at a hotel together with Orpac, so let's talk about that for a minute.
Yes, please.
For the hotel, hold on. Let me jump back to the conference real quick. We're not allowed to bring bags into the conference, and so the leader gets a decent sized duffel bag, and you can put some stuff in that because I'm allowed to bring that in, or your group leader, but you're not supposed to bring in your own backpacks or things like that. It's not allowed. I think we give bracelets and some other gifts and things like that. You're all going to be assigned a family group, which I think the guys, is there 4 guys going?
Just I think 3. Me, Josiah, Titus.
Okay. So we're going to be together with another group of guys,
Make friends.
and then the girls will be
We're
split
clan.
into 2 groups where
What?
Lauda and Paloma will be in a cabin with other girls, and the rest of you are in a cabin. So
Wait, so Lotta and Paloma will be with a different family the whole time?
that's right. But
It's because we're Hispanic.
Did
the
you
reason-
sign up for that?
The reason is that they did sign up for that.
I did.
It was Lauda and Zoe who offered to do it, and Paloma took Zoe's spot. So that is the reason that they graciously offered to do that. The thing about the hotel is that we have very little time hanging out at the hotel. Okay, so
No late night pool.
no late night pool. It's go in your room, get to bed, get up the next morning.
We're gonna be so exhausted
We're
anyway.
gonna be so exhausted. I believe that they weren't finalized on this, but they were strongly leaning towards saying that everybody needs to give up their cell phones while they're in the hotel room at night. So, yes. And again, we're getting there at like midnight. We gotta leave at 8 a.m. the next morning, so it's like get in, shower. It'll probably be to your benefit to not be tempted to sit by the screen and actually go to bed. But that's one thing that they are probably going to implement, so just be prepared for that. They are very, very serious about staying in your room when you're supposed to be in your room. And the reason is we're in a big city. Big cities are not safe. And there's no reason to leave your room. There's bathroom, showers in your room. There's probably TV in your room. If you leave the hotel, that is grounds for being flown home on your parents' dime. So that's how serious they are about it. They don't want youth hanging out in the lobby. They don't want youth hanging out in the hallways. They want youth coming in, going in your room, closing the door, getting ready for bed, go to bed, wake up, repeat. So they emphasize that really strongly, that everybody needs to stay in their rooms for safety purposes. Cool.
Are we staying at the
need to have an ID, even to fly, but if you want to bring one, it's not a bad idea, like a driver's license or student ID or something like that. So you might just think about throwing that in. And a lot of stuff we do, you're going to be doing with your family groups, but we'll all kind of be together as an RPAC group. So again, once we get back outside, you can hang out with your friends, the guys and girls can hang out together, you can sit together, things like that. It's mostly just when you're in the hotel, and group leaders will need to keep tabs on you when we're in the big parks and events like that. So, any questions at this point?
You're not a group leader, right? With some other dude?
I
Hey,
am.
guys. You
With-
are?
With another dude.
What about the girls' cabin that's all bananas?
Well, I don't think you know the group leader. I don't have it on me. The adult leaders actually don't stay in the rooms with you. So we stay in rooms separately. So, you good.
So that's why they're taking the phone, because we don't have an adult leader.
It's one of the.
Josh is gonna bring a over the door souvenir, everyone's gonna put it in.
Exactly, with your names.
Put a camera on it, make sure no one takes the phone.
They do want us to keep the room, you don't have to like keep it clean, but relatively clean in order. And definitely, like not breaking anything or not trashing anything. We just want the hotel to get a sense that we're respectful, we're a good group, we represent the church well.
Did you find out about the other? I might have been not heard this, but I know we knew that King and Country and McCreary were going to play. But we know about the other ones. So
No, I don't think they need the other ones yet. So, when it comes to phones, any sort of like bullying of any kind is grounds to have your phone confiscated for the week. So, they want me to point that out. Got that.
Did you hear that?
With spending money that you bring, they recommend that you put it on a Visa gift card, because we may run into some places that only take credit cards, and so if you put it on a Visa gift card, then you can swipe it. Yep.
Where's Ivan supposed to go?
Just outside.
Josh, debit card or not?
No, like a Visa gift card.
Right.
I mean, you can send your
advise-
debit card if you want, but I don't know that I would recommend it.
Okay.
So. If you have any medications, I'm pretty sure you can check those in with your family leader beforehand, or check those into us beforehand. Yeah.
could you bring like cough drops, ibuprofen, or like other like?
Oh, might be on that.
No, the big one, and then you can have a carry-on, but you can have a backpack.
So just like.
A big one and a backpack.
They're not listed on the don't bring, so you can try.
Is there a link on?
You're not gonna get in trouble.
Okay, like what would happen?
I'll vouch for you.
Okay, thanks.
Ibuprofen, it's like.
I know, I was
pretty
gonna
hard
write
stuff.
this in case. Okay.
Did they give everybody a bag last time, or just the group leader?
We all had like that satchel.
That satchel?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you all get a satchel then.
Sick, I've always wanted a fanny pack.
Yeah.
No, not a fanny pack.
Oh, dang
What
it.
is
It
it?
says
It was
fanny
like-
pack though.
It was like it was like a tiny computer bag, kind of.
Oh.
It says.
Let's. I think I can list it. On our way back, you guys are gonna be leaving super early in the morning.
How early?
5:40. check-in.
Doable.
Which
So that's really
probably
like 2
means-
for us.
Which probably means, and if you notice,
Not everybody's been there for a week.
there's a typo on here. We're not flying into Phoenix and flying out of Denver. I'm pretty sure it's Denver, but it might be Phoenix. I am going to be staying in Florida. So I've already talked to some of your group leaders about that, but my Rachel's gonna be there the whole time, sitting by a pool at our friend's house. And she may join us for some of the park events or things like that. But then I'm gonna send you off and go hang out with him for a week.
Is there another adult going with us on the trip or just you?
Just
Oh, poor Josh.
me. Just me. But
I'll pray for you.
But there will be group leaders on the flight, including a head flight leader. And then when you get back, Paul and somebody else will be there to meet you guys to bring you back to them. So,
So you're gonna have the little side grind baskets.
We missed you.
yeah. Except,
I miss you, Gracie.
Yep.
Go back, Gracie.
Feel that. Goes back. 0 minutes.
Go to the packing list real quick.
5-hour layover.
We had, how long were we?
We're not gonna go through
6?
everything line by line, but once again, when it comes to sunscreen, you need way more than you think you need. So just know that.
Oh, yeah.
And
Um,
underwear.
When you're flying on an airplane, if you haven't flown in a while, check the list online of things you can't have in your carry-on. There's more stuff you can have in your check-in bag. So if you have any like shaving razors or any bottles, I think it's 2 ounces that have more than 2 ounces, it all needs to be in your carry-on or on your check-in bag. In your check-in bag, if you have any aerosol cans or shampoo or liquids that you've packed, I would recommend putting it in Ziploc bags, because if it springs a leak, then it won't get your entire outfit all full of hairspray. So, some people like to mark their bags with like a little pom-pom or a colorful tag or a piece of, Super Mario duct tape or something like that. So it's real obvious which one's yours. So
Just don't tape.
you can do that if you want. It's not a bad idea actually to duct tape your bags, especially if you're not completely confident in your zipper. So there are zippers that give up the ghost and the bag explodes, and you'll be surviving on NYC shirts all week.
Pray not. I don't
Not
think
the whole
that.
thing.
I mean, we're not playing, are we?
Yeah, walking shoes, expect 15,000 to 20,000 steps a day.
Heck yeah.
We're
That's just
actually
last week.
walking from the hotel to the stadium.
Oh, really?
Nice.
It's not very far.
But how far is it?
At like
Oh, like
11:30
weather.
and like 12 at night.
They asked us to say modest swimwear, and they didn't necessarily define what that meant. So for us, typically that means, like, for ladies, if you have a bikini, have a t-shirt on. That's basically the extent of it. But and this really isn't an issue with this group very much, but modesty goes both ways, and sometimes it's different for guys towards girls and girls towards guys. Sometimes with guys, it's more like just treating girls with respect and never saying anything that you don't mean to, like, take advantage of them or try to. It happens a lot. I've been in groups where it happens a lot. Okay, yeah, it's fine. Like touching girls, not even like obviously inappropriately, but if there's a girl that you're like putting your arm around her a lot and you're not dating, and it's like, what does that mean? That can be other forms of kind of immodesty. And so everybody needs to watch out for stuff like that. Cool.
Just have the whole list of swag items there.
Yeah,
say the number of t-shirts?
Since
Just
two.
two.
2? Wow.
But maybe you'll get
They down their game. The LED wristband is cool because everybody holds them up and it makes the stadium a screen, like a TV screen, and so they can make designs go across
And
the
they
screen.
also track us.
What?
During
They
the-
track us with them.
Wow.
I don't trust the
Well,
government.
they might have a chip in
It's
their
NYC, not the government.
Yeah.
The parents will be back.
Uh-huh.
Life 360.
Yep.
We already have this.
Yep.
It does say family pack on there. It does say. Yeah.
I'm excited to work in your
Me too.
It does mention earplugs, and if you're sensitive to loud noises, or if you haven't gone to a lot of concerts, it might be a good idea even just to grab some from the church, because you don't know, and if you haven't been to concerts, like, they can be a noise that you have never experienced in your life.
Remember those things we had here?
Yeah, that was nothing.
That was,
That was nothing,
yeah.
and that was loud. So,
I just always.
yeah, I mean, you can be in a situation where you can be yelling at the person next to you and they won't know what you're saying. So, I don't know if they'll get that loud, but sometimes they do.
Probably.
It does say on here about medication, that prescription medication, over-the-counter medication must come in their original package.
Okay.
You can't like just bring it in a Ziploc or something.
What?
Bag of pills,
Yeah, this is a bag of pills.
distribute them to the others. Nice. Nice.
But you get to, it does say that you're responsible for your own stuff, so you get to hold on to it, but you have to share it or show it.
Oh, I found, yeah, so the nurse, we'll have a nurse with our group, but you will be responsible for your own medication. You just need to check in with your group leader to make sure that you're on track with that. We don't want to have any medical problems because you forgot to take something. So.
Where the securely
So
covered.
you would check in the, like, for example, like ibuprofen with the nurse. And
No,
you would keep
I don't-
it,
I don't
just
think-
keep it with you.
No, just
Like,
keep
I have
them.
ibuprofen.
Just keep them in their original packaging.
Okay.
Is what
Yeah.
they're saying. So, I think that's most of what I have. Any other questions? Oh, I just noticed on the schedule that we'll be on the beach day 7.
Thanks, Evan.
So, you don't want to go to the beach?
Or is it from the 2nd to the 12th? Is that what we're saying there?
No. 10th, yeah, 2nd to the 10th.
We're leaving the 2nd from here?
Yes.
Alright.
Their schedule starts on the 3rd, right?
And then you guys get back 5:45-ish, and then is the 9:45 like when you're expecting to be home by then, or? Well, I'm sure we'll figure that out later.
Well, their schedule starts on the 3rd, but we're leaving the 2nd, because we're leaving the day before.
That is funny.
We're leaving the second?
Their flight gets back. Let me see flights. We're gonna get back at 6,
Yeah, 5:45.
5:45. So they'll get back at 6. They'll probably be on the road about 6:30 or so, and they'll probably need to grab dinner. And so you're probably looking at getting out between 7 and 7:30, and then that puts them back here around 10. 10:30. Yeah. So Paul will probably get lost.
Yeah.
About an hour.
It's probably like 1.
Next day.
Isn't that right, Paul, when you watch this video?
I'll get there at like 1.
We
Yes.
love you,
So
Paul.
are we leaving the 2nd or the 3rd?
Second.
Second.
We are
Come back
leaving,
to 10.
Ben has the 2nd. We're leaving Portland International Airport on the 3rd.
Yes.
Question?
Just breathe.
Huh?
Just breathe in.
Just breathe. Deep breaths, deep breaths.
Don't swim in fresh water. There's alligators everywhere.
Is Rachel going too?
Not with us.
No, I bet I mean the search team, or any
No.
with just you and then, but Rachel will be over there, so yeah.
They will have female group leaders.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Solid.
yeah, and it's kind of like
We're
a
gonna meet with
version
strangers
of
to
being
pull
a
along. Are
camp,
you excited to
in
meet new
cabins
people?
with your county leaders.
I'm so excited.
We're
gonna make new
Don't
besties.
forget to get their numbers, okay?
No, I'm gonna make new besties.
I don't know what is going on out there, but there's some noise.
Loud. It's the adult leaders.
Oh, of course.
I'm gonna meet the next Sophie.
Who else?
I don't know.
It's gonna happen.
Problem child.
You know it's gonna happen.
All right. No other
All right,
questions?
Hey, Laura, what's
thanks,
up,
guys.